Today we are talking about something that millions of green card holders think about every single day. What actually changes once you become a United States citizen? Many permanent residents believe their rights are almost the same as a citizen's, except for voting. That is one of the biggest misconceptions we see in our community, and honestly, it can cost people real opportunities. In this video, we are breaking down 9 specific benefits that immigrants gain the moment they naturalize, from family sponsorship to job opportunities to protection from deportation. If you are interested in this topic and liking this video, please stay tuned until end of the video. If you are liking this video, please hit the bell button, subscribe, and like it so that you may get updates straight to your smartphone. Now let's get into the video. Let's start with the basics. A green card gives you permanent resident status, but it is still a conditional relationship with the United States government. Citizenship, on the other hand, is permanent and comes with rights that no immigration officer can take away through routine review. According to sources within immigration law circles, the difference between the two statuses becomes most obvious in 9 key areas. Let's take a closer look at each one. Number 1 is the right to vote. This sounds obvious, but it is worth saying clearly. Only United States citizens can vote in federal elections, including elections for President and Congress. Permanent residents, no matter how many years they have lived here, cannot legally vote in these elections. Once you naturalize, you gain full voting rights in your state and in federal elections, giving you a direct voice in the laws and leadership that affect your life. Number 2 is the ability to run for public office. Citizens can run for city council, state legislature, and even the United States Congress. The only office closed to naturalized citizens is the presidency, which, under the Constitution, requires a natural-born citizen. But beyond that one exception, the political door is wide open. Many naturalized citizens have gone on to serve in state legislatures and in the House of Representatives and the Senate. Number 3, and this is a big one, is protection from deportation. Green card holders can lose their status and face removal proceedings for certain criminal convictions, extended time outside the United States, or other violations. Once you become a citizen, deportation is essentially off the table, except in extremely rare cases involving fraud during the naturalization process itself. Immigration experts note that this single benefit is often the deciding factor for families who have been on the fence about applying for citizenship. Number 4 is eligibility for federal jobs and security clearances. A large number of government positions, especially those with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Central Intelligence Agency, and other federal agencies, are restricted to United States citizens only. In practical terms, this means that as a permanent resident, entire categories of stable, well-paying federal careers are simply closed to you. Naturalization opens that door immediately. Number 5 is the ability to get a United States passport. This might sound like a small thing, but reports suggest it dramatically changes how people travel. A U.S. passport allows visa-free or visa-on-arrival access to over 180 countries. Green card holders, by comparison, still travel on the passport of their home country and often face more scrutiny, longer visa processes, and travel restrictions depending on their nationality. For business travelers and families visiting relatives abroad, this benefit alone can be life-changing. Number 6 is faster and broader family sponsorship. This is where many applicants are surprised by how much things change. As a citizen, you can sponsor your parents and your married children, categories that permanent residents cannot sponsor at all. Additionally, citizens can sponsor their spouses and unmarried children as immediate relatives, a category with no annual visa cap, meaning significantly faster processing. Permanent residents sponsoring a spouse or child fall into preference categories like F2A, which are subject to yearly limits and can mean a wait of 1 to several years. What this translates to is that naturalization can cut years off the time it takes to reunite with your family. Number 7 is access to federal benefits and assistance programs. Certain federal programs, including some forms of financial aid for higher education, are available only to citizens or are significantly easier to access as a citizen. While green card holders do qualify for many programs after meeting residency requirements, citizens face fewer restrictions and shorter waiting periods across the board. Number 8 is the right and, yes, the obligation to serve on a jury. This might not sound like a benefit at first, but legal analysts suggest that jury service is actually a meaningful form of civic participation and protection. It means you have a direct role in the justice system, and it is also frequently required for certain professional licenses and government positions that specifically ask about jury eligibility as a marker of full citizenship status. Number 9 is the ability to automatically pass citizenship to children born abroad. If a U.S. citizen has a child while living or traveling outside the United States, that child can often acquire citizenship automatically at birth, provided certain residency requirements are met. This means that as a citizen, your children are protected no matter where in the world they are born, without needing to go through a separate immigration process later in life. Now, here is a concern that comes up constantly in our comment section. Many of you ask, will I lose my citizenship from my home country if I become a U.S. citizen? Here is what you need to know. The United States allows dual citizenship. Naturalizing does not automatically strip you of your original nationality under U.S. law. However, and this is important, whether you keep your original citizenship depends entirely on the laws of your home country. Some countries, according to current political discourse among immigration attorneys, automatically revoke citizenship when a person naturalizes elsewhere, while others permit dual nationality without any issue. Before applying, it is worth checking directly with your home country's embassy or a qualified attorney, so there are no surprises. As a green card holder, you might be wondering how this actually plays out in daily life. Take the case of a permanent resident who has lived in the United States for 8 years, working steadily and raising a family. As a green card holder, sponsoring a spouse still living overseas can take well over a year once you factor in preference category backlogs. The same applicant, once naturalized, sponsors that same spouse as an immediate relative, and reports suggest processing can move noticeably faster because there is no annual cap holding up the line. Multiply that difference across parents, married adult children, and siblings, and the practical impact becomes very real for families who have been separated for years. There is also a quieter benefit worth mentioning, and that is peace of mind. Green card holders must renew their card periodically, carry it at all times, and can technically be questioned about their status when re-entering the country after extended travel. Citizens do not carry that same administrative burden. Once naturalized, there is no card to renew every 10 years, no risk of being asked to prove continuous residence after a long trip abroad, and no possibility of a routine renewal turning into a deeper review of your history. Many naturalized citizens describe this shift as finally feeling settled rather than constantly managing paperwork tied to their status. Of course, despite these benefits, the naturalization process itself does require meeting requirements. Generally, applicants need 5 years as a permanent resident, or 3 years if married to a U.S. citizen, along with continuous residence, physical presence requirements, good moral character, and passing the civics and English exam. Processing times through United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS, currently run in the range of 6 to 12 months depending on the local field office, though this can vary. While there have been some modifications to processing procedures in recent years, the core requirements have remained fairly consistent. To put this in perspective, the decision to naturalize is not just a legal formality. It is a shift from conditional status to permanent, protected standing in the country you now call home. Advocacy groups warn that too many eligible green card holders delay applying simply because they assume the differences are minor. As we have shown today, the differences are anything but minor, touching everything from your family's future to your own career and safety. That's all we have for this bulletin. The USA State Channel provides all necessary visa information and procedures for your U.S. immigration journey. It is important to understand the United States immigration processing steps, visa application requirements, processing times, forms, fees, and more. We will continue to provide all information about U.S. visitor visas such as B1 and B2, work visas such as L1A, L1B, and H1B, student visas, green cards, immigrant visas, EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, and EB5, and family immigrant visas. Thank you for visiting us today, and we'll see you in the next video. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to the channel for more U.S. immigration update videos.